Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm answering a question that comes in from the Reddit SEO board. And this person asks, they have a auto repair shop and they built the site themselves. It's in straight HTML. They're not using anything like WordPress or anything like that because security. And they're wondering if they can use something like Moz Local to automate their SEO. And they go on to say that they hired somebody off of UpWork to do SEO, but they're not sure if they're doing anything. But basically, they're trying to figure out a way to have somebody else do it or have a service do it without, them having to do every little thing. And basically, they're asking, is there a way to automate SEO? Okay, great question. First off, for those who don't know, Moz Local is one product from a company called Moz. And what Moz Local is, it's not a complete SEO suite. All that does is it basically goes in and syncs up your what we call NAP citations, your name, address, phone number, website, and pushes that out to data aggregators like Factual, Foursquare. Sometimes, some of these will hook up with Yelp. There's different ones out there. Sometimes they hook up to YP.com. YP Index Knows is one company. Factual and Foursquare just merged. All these data aggregators kind of push information to one another. That's basically what Moz Local and Yext and YP.com, Yahoo Small Business, I think they call it something different now, might be Luminate Small Business. That's all these things do. They're basically the same thing. They just push out these third-party listings and make sure that they all have the same information. But that is not SEO. What you are asking is there a way to automate SEO to where you rank number one? Now, the fact of the matter is there's a lot to do with SEO that's beyond building citations, and there's a lot of different aspects to it. So the content on your site is one part, the links that are coming into your site from other third-party sites and other external sites, that's another part of it. The design of your site is another part of it. This person indicated that their site is not janky, and that may be the case. A lot of auto repair sites that I've seen, some are good and some are okay. There are a lot of services out there that specialize in building automotive websites, and there's definitely those sorts of niched down places. And there are some SEO agencies that specialize in auto repair SEO, and just like there's ones that specialize in SEO for lawyers or dentists or different things like that. Now, I understand that right now in the current climate you might not want to spend a lot of money, and that's why you're looking on places like UpWork and looking for ways to automate it. But even in the best economy, I think there's a lot of places that don't spend a lot of money on it, but there are examples that I've seen. I've had a few auto repair clients in the course of the last few years, and what I've noticed is the competitors that invest in having a good site design, they take time to actually think about what content is going to be on their site, and they take some effort into having link building. Those sites seem to do abnormally better than they should. So all those things kind of play into a factor. Now, most definitely you can build your own site and you can try and automate things, but keep in mind that things like Moz Local are not SEO. That just controls citations. Things like GoDaddy SEO are not SEO. Anything that you're paying like $10 a month for or $99 a year, which is, that's what Moz comes out to. These things are not gonna do a whole lot for you. They're usually focused on one or two things. They might give you a couple suggestions. They might do a couple things for you. But here's what my advice would be when it comes to an auto repair site. First off, look at what's ranking above you. And one of the things that you're going to notice is they usually have their phone number in the header, like right up at the top. They're usually going to have some sort of contact form up near the top, so you don't have to scroll too far to find it. An easy way to make an appointment. So if people convert on that, if they fill out the form, set an appointment, that's usually something that's very easy. Now, usually another thing that these sites are going to have is a list of all the services they provide, and they might have individual pages for each of those services. So let's say, for example, I know these are two different things, but let's say, just for the sake of example, that this particular auto shop, they might have oil change, a page for that. They might have a page for, brake and alignment. They might have a page for transmission repair. All these different things, each one of those pages are going to be things that people are searching for specifically when they're typing into Google. So instead of just listing it one time, like making a bulleted list and saying, here's what we do, and it's just on the home page, it might be worth your while to actually have individual pages where you talk it, give a little bit of talking about what you do, the different components that are in what you do. Maybe talk about your, warranty, anything like that. Okay, so those are things that you can do. Another thing that you might want to do if you're trying to rank in different places is have different city pages for some of your locations. Now, if you have one location, you might want to pick 4 or 5 cities that you want to be ranking in outside of your normal area if you want to have people drive to you. For example, if you're a specialized auto repair shop, say if you only work on Porsches or some other exotic type of car, people might drive a little bit farther. So in that case, you might want to have city pages for each of those with directions to your shop and a map and things like that. That might be good, worth having. If you have photographs of your team, you might want to put those on your about page. Have an about page that tells a story of, what how you founded your shop, your garage, who's on your team, who the mechanics are, things like that might be good. Another thing, invest in the design of your site. Now, you say that the site is not janky, but it might be worth taking a look at other sites and see how good they are. There's a lot of different things to this as well, but one of the big things that a lot of people skip out on is actually building links to the website. Now, depending on what type of auto repair you are, there's going to be different links that you might want to get. As I mentioned, if you do some sort of specialty repair on a special type of car, then there are usually sites, directory sites for those sorts of vehicles, and it might be worth it to be listed on there. Other types of links that you might get would be from your local chamber of commerce. That might be worth it. There's other places that you might want to be listed on. Make sure that you have a listing that has a hyperlink back to your website, like RepairPal. There's some other sites that have to do with mechanics and stuff like that. If there's any mechanics types of organizations or memberships that have a profile page, maybe you might have to pay $50 a year or something like that, or $100 a year to have a membership. But oftentimes, if you look at the top ranking sites for auto repair in your community, you might notice that some of them have those types of links. So that's worth it. Of course, make sure that you're on Yelp and Google My Business and you're getting reviews there. Now, if you are a 3-star business. If you know you have some 5-star and some 1-star and some 2-star, but it all comes out to maybe you're like a 3-star or a 3.5-star business, and maybe you have like 20 reviews on Google and Yelp, and the top ranked businesses for auto repair in your community have 80 reviews and they're like a 4.5 or a 5.0 on Yelp and Google, then those are generally going to rank higher. So make sure that you're getting reviews on Google, Yelp, and any other type of car related directory or site that would appear in the search results. Now, you can determine what those are by searching for car repair or brake alignment or whatever, oil change, whatever it is that you do, transmission repair in your city, and then see what comes up. And whatever directories are there besides Yelp and besides yp.com, make sure you're on yp.com as well. What other directories come up in there, you might want to be on that. Now, there's other places as well that you might look into submitting your site to and see if you get on these best of lists. So Expertise is a site. They usually have best auto repair in this city or that city. So look into that. 3 Best Rated is another site that you can submit your business to and see if you can knock one of the existing businesses out of the top 3. There's other things like, you know, best of whatever your city is, you know, best of Sacramento, best of Elk Grove, that's around here. But those sorts of sites, if they have a category for auto repair or whatever it is you do, auto glass replacement or something like that, whatever it is, you can definitely see about getting those types of links. Now, another thing that you can do as well is some places, they are distributors for some of the components. For example, if you sell car stereos, if you work with certain types of parts like Mopar or something like that, I don't know. But maybe a type of brake pad that you install, you can become a distributor for them if you sell enough of them. Now, some of these sites too, they have a map or a list of distributors on their site that links back to your website. So this is why you should probably hire somebody that does SEO either in your local area or someone that specializes in SEO for auto repair or something like that, because they can help point out that for competitors like you that are ranking above you, or maybe other competitors in other cities that seem to do well, they have these types of links. And I understand that you probably don't have all the time in the world to be doing this because you're fixing cars, you're under the hood, or you're you know, underneath the car and it's up on a lift all day and you really don't have time to mess around with this. So look into finding somebody to look up this type of information for you. Now, if you generate enough business from this, you know, boost in search rankings, it might be worth it to look into having your site redone. Now, I know that you said it's not janky, but Google actually looks at user signals, and one of the things that they look at through these user signals is the types of things that people do when they're satisfied with a page. They don't look strictly at the content anymore, and I can really tell this because sites that are better designed, that are comparable in content and links to other sites, seem to rise to the top in rankings over time. The only thing that could really explain that is they're getting real user signals. So design does play a critical factor in your SEO once you have the content on your site, once you have the links. And like I said, if you find it hard to write down in words all the things that you do, or you know, you kind of like have one page of stuff and you're kind of like, well, I can't really, you know, write down too much more, you know, hey, we fix cars, you know, there's not much more to explain. It might be worth it to hire somebody. The other route that you can do is you know, invest, and this is going to cost more, but you can invest in agencies that specialize in auto repair websites and SEO. And again, that's going to cost more than just hiring a single individual. But it might be worth it if they have a track record of success that they can show you. Because oftentimes they do all the things end to end. The content, the design of the site, they'll help you build some links and point out like where you should be. And reviews are super important. So all these things put together are SEO. Now, Moz Local, you're paying $100 a year. That's not SEO. It's like one aspect of SEO. It's just like GoDaddy SEO or Wix SEO. You're paying like $9 a month or $5 a month or whatever it is. That's not SEO. It's like one tiny aspect of the entire picture. So just keep that in mind. It would be great to automate SEO, but here's the problem. Only one person can be at number one, and if these places are automating the entirety of SEO, doing all these things, there's just not room at the top for everybody. Only one person can be at the top. Usually for auto repair, it's going to be Yelp, by the way. So the best that you can really hope for is to be right below Yelp. That's usually where you're going to end up. But that said, you know, it's worth it to invest in having someone that knows all the ins and outs of this and it can point you in the right direction. Like I said, you know, there's not an easy way to automate stuff, because if it was easy, everybody would do it. And search engines like Google and Bing, they want to reward people who are doing the things that are not easy and not typical, and things that are, you know, not easy to automate. They want to reward people who are doing a good job at showing them things that prove that they deserve to rank number one, like reviews and things like that. So work on those things. You should be okay. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockedown Design and SEO, and I'm here on a daily basis giving SEO advice and tips. That's all I have for today. I'll be back tomorrow with a new video. And as always, peace.